My nervous system has been absolutely wrecked lately. I am in this phase of my life where I'm really trying to leave an old version of myself behind and step into a new version, and it really requires me to constantly be pushing up against the edges of my nervous system. I kind of picture it like a balloon that is slowly blowing up, and it's quite big already, and every day I'm just sort of like blowing a little bit more air into that balloon, and it just feels like it's going to pop. And that discomfort of just being right on the edge but constantly just pushing a little further is so uncomfortable. And in order to kind of push through this feeling so that I can achieve all of the goals that I have and I can build this life of my dreams, I need to regulate my nervous system. So I've been doing a few things lately that have been making me feel a little bit better and have helped me sort of keep increasing my nervous system's capacity to handle more in this life. The first one is pausing when you feel overwhelmed. When I start to feel overwhelmed, when I'm really working on my big goals, I'm trying to push my way through my to-do list, I find that when I start to feel this very anxious feeling, like I have too much adrenaline running through my body, it's no longer a really productive time for me. I'm not really producing my highest quality work at that point. And so I've found that it's much better to take a pause and do something that gives my creative juices a chance to fill back up. So a couple weeks ago, for example, exactly that happened to me. I woke up in the morning, I was feeling very anxious and overwhelmed. And instead of just deciding to sit down and push through my to-do list, I decided to put on a cute outfit and just go to a beautiful garden here in Berlin that I have never been to before, that's been on my list forever. And I just walked through the garden, I sat and had some coffee and ice cream by the lake. And let me tell you, I had so many great creative ideas when I was doing that. You know, the goals that I had had that day were to sit down and brainstorm ideas, but because of the way that I was feeling, just staying in my house in front of my computer, I never would have gotten the same level of creativity that I had when I was just out experiencing being in a new environment and being outside in the sunshine. So that really helps me when I'm feeling overwhelmed, is just to take an intentional pause and do something unproductive to just get your body out of that state and to get your nervous system to calm down. The second one is becoming more comfortable with uncertainty. I tell myself over and over again that uncertainty is not actually dangerous. I think my nervous system believes that because I don't have my future perfectly planned yet, that it's unsafe. I am leaving a life that is very stable and safe for a life that is a little bit more uncertain. But uncertainty is not inherently dangerous, and I just need to teach my nervous system to truly believe that. Number 3 is intentionally taking more risks. I've always been very risk averse, especially when it comes to my career and money. Like if you look at my resume, it's very linear. I've always just sort of taken the next promotion, the next logical step. But now I'm realizing that in order to have the life of my dreams, risks are the price of entry. If I want a life that has location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, risks are part of the package, and you have to get more comfortable taking them. The safe path has a ceiling, and I've hit it. So I just need to keep reminding myself of this, that every time that I feel scared, every time I feel like I'm bumping up against the edges of my nervous system again, that taking risks is the price of entry for the life that you want. Number 4 is creating systems that give you structure. One thing that really dysregulates my nervous system is a lack of structure, and in a full-time job, there's so much structure built in, but if you're trying to go down a more entrepreneurial path, you have to define your own goals. You have to define what you're going to do in any given day. Nobody's telling you what to do. And that can feel really just overwhelming. For example, right now I'm trying to start a YouTube channel and I'm also becoming a Pilates instructor, both of which really require me to figure out what I'm going to do in a given day to progress that forward. If I'm not doing something, nothing happens, which is totally different than the mentality you have in a full-time job. So what I'm working on is putting more structure in place where I can to help give me some guardrails on any given day to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. So, one really easy example of that is creating these weekly time blocks where, on Mondays between 2 and 5, I'm always scripting YouTube videos, for example. And that just helps remove a little bit of the decision fatigue that starts to happen when you need to figure out what to do with your day all the time. I've also been writing a list of all of the smaller tasks associated with each of my bigger goals, so that they don't feel so overwhelming. So when I'm sitting down to study for my Pilates exam, for example, that is like a very huge topic. And so if I have sort of, okay, here are the 10 things I could do to study, it could be looking at flashcards, it could be doing like a physical review, then I have these smaller tasks that I can choose from. And I can also put them inside of these time blocks and make it a little bit easier for myself to get started. Finding these small ways to add more structure to my day make me feel like I'm more in control, which then helps really relax my nervous system. And lastly is getting curious about what you're feeling. When I start to feel dysregulated or overwhelmed, I actually have been just pausing and asking myself, what are you actually feeling right now? The top level emotion is overwhelm, but what is it underneath? Is it that you're feeling afraid of uncertainty? Is it that you're feeling like you have no structure and there's too many decisions to be made? Like, what is the feeling actually pinpointing? And I think just pausing and becoming very present with how I'm feeling in the moment and digging a little bit deeper and getting very curious about what the feeling actually is has helped me to navigate how to get out of that overwhelming feeling overall. I also find this practice to be incredibly nurturing to myself, just asking myself, what do you need right now? You know, is it sleep? Is it food? What is actually causing you to feel this way? Is it connection? Is it calling a friend or cuddling with my husband? There's plenty of things that I could be needing in any given moment when I'm just starting to feel overwhelmed. And getting to know myself a little bit more deeply in that way really helps me, again, feel more present in the moment and helps me downregulate my nervous system at a time when I really need it. So that's it. I hope this was helpful for you. If you're also going through a period of trying to expand your nervous system to handle more things in your life, I'm very much still in the middle of this and still trying to figure it all out. So if you want to come along for the journey and listen to my reflections and learnings along the way, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.